Yep. Welcome to Mecum Indy 2024. The Spring Classic is in town at the Indy State Fairgrounds. 3,000 plus cars. We have 3 of them, but behind us is an incredible array of a bunch of the star cars running this coming weekend. Everything from super rare Lambos, V12 Ferraris, Hemi Cudas, original Shelby Cobras, and we've all the way got over there Duesenberg's unrestored pre-war cars. It is off the charts. We're going to take a great look at all these cars here at Mecum this weekend. We've got 2 cars running here on Tuesday at Mecum. The 1926 Ford Model T Hot Rod steel body 350 small block, and also a 1929 Ford Model A Roadster. Both these cars look great under the Mecum light. Really exciting having these cars here. We always love having cars at Mecum. I think these are really, really well suited for this auction. So fingers crossed, we're gonna have a really good day, and I think both are gonna sell, so we'll follow that progress. Our other car we got running today, the 1929 Model A Roadster fiberglass 350, great build, fun to drive. We drove it here to the auction, so much fun. It's got the soft top with it. The black on the red looks incredible. This one will go today. There's been a lot of activity on both the hot rods, so we'll see what happens, but these cars are made for Mecum, and on that beautiful stage, they will sell, we will rock and roll. Friday, lot 331, our 1973 Ford Bronco is running. This one was built by the Car Vault in Brownsburg. We love the Car Vault. They do awesome work. Custom paint, custom interior. You've seen this on our videos. 5-liter, 10-speed, 10R80. Really special build, and we're gonna have a blast running this thing on Friday. Stay tuned to see what this one goes for. 1969 Ford GT40, the last year of Ford GT40 production, one of 10 lightweights ever made. This one has been restored to original plain in white specification. The sister cars of these won Le Mans in 1968 and 1969 in the iconic Golf liveries. These cars are what put Ferrari to bed for many decades. And Ferrari got their last Le Mans win in 1965 and didn't win again overall until 2023. And this car is responsible for doing that. This one is not going to be here for sale in Indy. It's going to Monterey, fully restored. These cars are worth well over $6 million. This one will probably go closer to $10 million. These cars are my favorite GT prototype of all time. And when you see them in person, you know you're looking at something special. Lamborghini Huracan STO, the most raw and pure form of the Huracan. Great street cars, and this one has every bit of lightweight, track-ready parts on it. And it's a street car. The center locking lugs. The rear deck lid weighs less than 15 pounds, significantly less. We had one of these at Motor Vault, and we were able to pick it up by one hand, 2 fingers, the entire rear deck lid. And this one with the Italian colors on it, with the flat black, it is mean and it looks incredible in person. There's a very special collection of all black Corvettes running this weekend, C1 and C2, very, very rare variations. And this one is a 427 numbers matching side pipe 1967 car with the red stinger, with the red lines and the side pipes. This car was the baddest Corvette you could get in the 60s. And you got an entire array of them, the matching convertible, a couple split windows, a couple C1s. Awesome, awesome stuff seeing all these together. They look badass in black. The Ferrari Enzo, the pinnacle Ferrari hypercar from the early 2000s with Formula One technology and everything that you want on a special rare Ferrari. Just under 400 of these cars ever made with the 6-liter V12, 651 horsepower, incredible raw edge styling. These cars were so unbelievable when they came out because nothing else had been built like it by Ferrari. Michael Schumacher had his hands on these cars. And for me, this was my poster car growing up. And the values of these things have skyrocketed because new they were right about $1 million. And now today, these cars fetch over $3 million. There are only 111 of these imported to the US. This is one of them. It's actually been driven a little bit. This car is available at private sale here at Mecum. It's awesome seeing your dream car in the same room as a GT40. That is what you get at Mecum Auctions. One of the single most underrated supercars in history, the Lexus LFA. When these cars came out, people loved them, but they fully didn't get why they existed, and now we do, because of this symphony of that 4.8 liter V10 that screams at over 550 horsepower, revs to the moon, that tri-exit exhaust, one of these single most cool cars to ever come out of Japan. This one in absolute red with 73 original miles is the pinnacle of the LFA. These cars new were just under 400 grand, and today they have skyrocketed to almost double the value because of how raw, pure, sleek, and how amazing the design is, this car. And when you're running these things and you're letting that engine do its work, it is one of the single best sounds to ever come out of a car, period. And I will take that hot take all the way home. 1966 Shelby 427 Cobra, the original real deal Cobra. These are the cars that made Carroll Shelby famous. Incredible looking cars, massive 427 V8, super lightweight, no nannies on these. These cars were so raw, they were so fast. And this is why so many replicas are made today, because they changed the sports car world back in the day with how light and fast they were. And there are only a handful, 100 of these left. These cars are $1 million+ cars, and this one being fully restored in a very unique spec with the rear exit exhaust, the skinny tires, without the roll hoop. This is a very, very understated plain Jane 427 and a non-competition spec. I love it, very pretty. When Porsche came out with the Carrera GT, this car made no sense whatsoever, and that is why so many people love it. 600+ horsepower, 5.5 liter V10 that was derived for racing and never actually raced. The 6-speed manual. These cars are so raw, so fast, an incredible design. These have become the flagship benchmark modern classic Porsche. This one only with 7,000 miles on it, black on black, is very sleek, and there are two of them here today. We also got a gray one, and these cars are big dollars today, over $1 million. It'll be interesting to see what this one goes for this weekend. Nissan Skyline R34, but a wagon. The Nissan Stagea Autech. These cars are wickedly incredible, and most people have no idea what they are. RB26 twin turbo under the hood, wagon, piss missile. These cars are so cool. There are very few of these ever to exist. There's only a couple of them stateside. You will not know what you're looking at unless you are a JDM car freak like us. I've never seen one in person. Good luck finding another one. We have an entire collection of JDM goodness. So many cars, almost never seen stateside until the last couple of years, where the 25-year import legality is good. And these are a couple of them. Mazda RX-7, rotary, and this one still has the rotary in it with the gorgeous BBS wheels. Pretty much a bone stock right-hand drive version. And then one of the single greatest front-wheel drive chassis ever to be conceived, the Integra Type R. Oh my, with the white, with the red interior, this thing is what front-wheel drive Japanese sports cars are all about. Super high revving, understated, with the wing, super low miles too, less than 70,000 miles. There are very few of these stateside, a lot of replicas, a lot of kits, a lot of cars that are rusted, and this one is dynamite. There's so much more to look at. We got an Evo, Supra, R33, let's go. Another awesome JDM special, the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 5 GSR. It's got the 4G63 in it, 276 horsepower, which you'll see on the Turbo Supras, on the Skylines, on the RX-7s. It was all for insurance purposes. These cars were made well above that. Some of them potentially 350, 400 horsepower. on the dyno, but they were all played down, and this one is super, super, super rare. You never see these cars, especially with the right-hand drive. And this one with only 40,000 original miles is a time capsule unmodified cream puff right from Japan. It is awesome seeing this array of cars because you will never get to see stuff like this coming straight over again. Well, you know what? We've got a bunch of these coming over soon, but to get the first glimpse into what's going to be happening in the next couple years is truly incredible, because for people like me and you guys, this is awesome. The Mark IV Supra already was a popular car before Fast and Furious, and then when Paul Walker took that orange Supra in the very first Fast and Furious movie, changed the game forever for Japanese sports cars, and especially the Supra's popularity here in America. The 2J turbo under the hood, silver right-hand drive, very special. It's awesome seeing these cars, especially when they're left, for the most part, stock. Obviously, some of them you'll see aftermarket wheels and aftermarket shifters, but this one being left largely original is very special. And we have two of them here, which is wicked, wicked cool. So we have the entire JDM fanboy experience at Mecum. So Mecum is not just muscle cars and hot rods. You get the whole gamut of cool, cool stuff. She sounds good. Good enough.
About 19 pounds another, 18, 19 pounds another man, 18 about 19 pounds out, good about 18, 19 pounds another night, 18, 19, good 18 about 19 pounds out, good about else, on after 18, good 19 pounds another, 18, 19, here we go, 18, 19, all through, good about else, 19 pounds out.
Nothing there. Thank you, brother. All good.
Close to 18 pounds another, then goes for 18.
Well before the 911 GT3 and GT3 RSs were the big deal in the early 70s, this was the big deal. 1973 911 RS 2.7 lightweight. Factory street going race car, bare bones interior, lightweight buckets, big old 2.7 in the back, plenty of power, super lightweight. These cars were way fast, way rare, and today they are extremely collectible with only a couple hundred of these ever been made. And this is why today on the modern RS cars, you see that Carrera nameplate right on the bottom. It was because of the early 70s 2.7 RSs. This one in particular will be just right around $1 million when it hits Monterey later this year. And seeing it fully restored, orange with black with the Fuchs styled wheels, give me this. 2019 Corvette ZR1, to this day still the most powerful Corvette ever made. 6.2 liter supercharged V8, making 755 horsepower, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. And with these looks, with those awesome wheels, with the big old carbon hood bubble, and this one with the unique small wing package. Normally you saw them with the tall wing. Super limited, less than 3,000 of these cars ever made, and this one is extra special because this is the very last C7 ZR1 Corvette ever made. Sitting right next to it is the very first production Corvette of all time, 1953 Corvette #1. This car was just found last year. As you can see, it's down to its bare fiberglass. It's getting ready to have some restoration work done to it. But from where the Corvette started to where it ended in the front engine is really incredible. 6-cylinder, 150 horsepower. It was white, red interior, so they got the white and red going on, but two completely different cars, all still America's sports car. Dog.
All right. Jailbreak.
Jailbreak, let's get it. Hammer time. Jesus. Woo! You don't say. Oh yeah! Yes! Yes! Slide Nation! Oh, this is incredible. Oh my God. That's funny. Oh my God. Oh, that's incredible.
On the camera, thank you, sir.
Oh, that's sick,
That's
man.
so cool.
That's awesome.
These cars are amazing.
Yeah, they
I wanna
are.
get one.
All right, we're feeling good about the 29. The 26 didn't sell, got close. But this one with the color combo, top down, yeah, I think we're gonna do well here today. We're feeling it. Let's go. I want that. I love old Volvos. The bricks are such a good look. They're reliable, they're cheap, they're fun, and they will not die. They will run forever. All right. Feeling good on this one. Here we go, next up. All right, we're getting closer. We're talking 24. Good for that. Yep. Yep. Tuna, no crust. Fast and Furious, the very first one. You might have seen a red Ford Lightning just like this. This is not the movie car, but became famous in that movie. Ford's first real fast truck. 380 horsepower, supercharged V8, 450 foot-pounds of torque. Nice little bit of fender flare, lowered, great wheels, side exit exhaust. Most people going down the road would not think twice about looking at this truck, but if you know what's going on, you do not want to race these trucks. They are wicked cool, they are wicked fun, and they're from an era where performance started coming right back, and obviously in the right color to have a legendary movie tie. If you want to float down the road and look like a boss, these big old boats, the late 70s Lincoln Mark V, these cars are so incredible. They are one of a kind. There are not many other cars ever built like this. And this one with its perfectly late 70s paint scheme with only 36,000 miles, you are not going to find many in this condition, and it looks absolutely incredible. Two-tone interior, the vinyl roof, the sunroof. Yeah, you're balling real good in this Lincoln. Ferrari and Lamborghini will always be tied together due to their great, great history of competition. And it all begins well before Lamborghini built cars. It's when they built tractors. Mr. Lamborghini was a big tractor builder over in Italy. He had a Ferrari. He needed a new clutch. Mr. Ferrari wouldn't do it. And he said, I don't like that. We are going to build our own sports cars and kick your ass. So that is why Lamborghini started building cars. So having this lineage together of the Ferrari and the Lambo tractor is quite special. Just a few lots after our Bronco on Friday is going to be this 1970 K5 Blazer. And you might be looking at it, it's like, yeah, it's a nice green old 1970 K5, but it's got history. Originally ordered by the king of cool himself, Mr. Steve McQueen. 80,000 original miles, the documentation, the heritage to prove it. His ownership is going to make the value of this 3 to 4 times what this would normally go for. So, watching this on Friday is going to be quite incredible, and seeing a piece of Steve McQueen heritage in person is very cool, especially when it's sitting next to the Motor Vault Bronco. The competition, modified stock, history, New build, love it, variety. The pinnacle of luxury in the 1930s, Rolls-Royce, absolutely incredible design. This one is a Phantom 3 Sedanca DeVille, which is open top in the front, closed in the back with the ability to completely close it off. Very elegant, very tasteful design. These are striking in person just with how massive they truly are. All of the chrome, Art Deco. And when you're in this car, you are not going to be the one driving it. You are going to be driven everywhere, because when you own this car, you are someone special. And still today, these cars are blue chip collectibles, right along with the Packards, with the Duesenbergs, with the Bentleys. And one that's in this lovely, lovely color combo of this nice gray with the dark brown interior. It is as British and elegant as you can get. There's an original 1960s Ford GT40 here. In the mid-2000s, Ford decided to bring it back again. 2005 Ford GT 5.4 liter supercharged V8, 550 horsepower, and as manual as possible for a mid-2000s car. The classic red with the white stripes as a tribute to the 1967 Le Mans winning Ford GT40. These cars look incredible. They were limited production when they came out. They were desirable, but not as desirable as they are today, as the manual pure driver's cars are. This one only has 1,100 original miles on it and is estimated to go for $500,000, as these cars stickered less than 200. The Penske Pace Car Collection is here at Mecum. These cars all have a really, really cool story to them one way or another. Either they were given to Roger, since they won in that year, either given to one of his drivers or a dead-on replica of the actual pace car. And we've got everything from the Z06 to the SSR to the C5 anniversary, even an Olds Bravada. All of these cars have history. It's Indy, it's May, the 500's in town, so it is the right time to bring these cars to market. I mean, I know this isn't the prettiest thing in the world, but look at that deep red paint. That is incredible. Look at all these. They've got Rick Mears Fiero, everything. This is awesome. There's American Muscle, there's Resto Mods. And then there's this 1970 Dodge Charger that has the exact specification body design of a 70 Charger, but the entire thing is carbon fiber. This is incredible. 3,000 man-hours, Hellcat motor, T56 6-speed. This is as badass as you can get for building a Restomod Charger. Every bit of modern touch, but from a distance, it still looks like a 70 Charger. This is gonna go huge. One of the things this year at Mecum that is really important are the high-end collections that are coming here. This is the Apex collection. Incredible 1960s muscle on both sides. 67 GT350 in dark green. We've got an original 66 350, Wimbledon white, blue stripes, big block vets, original Mustang fastbacks, 69 GTO Judge Ram Air 4, Mustang Mach 1s, your iconic big-time 60s muscles, all on display. One collection happening a lot this week. It's going to be awesome to see all these go. This is a car that most people will have no idea what it is. This is a 1962 Ghia L6.4 for being a 6.4 liter, 383 cubic inch Mopar engine. Italian Ghia coachwork on a Mopar chassis. These cars were super luxurious, super special Italian design, but with that hardcore American Mopar drivetrain. There are less than 30 of these cars ever made. They also made a car in the 50s called the Dual Ghia, which had a Hemi engine in it. Those are more well known, but very cool early 60s coach-built fastback design. Find another one. In the 1920s and 30s, Packard was the high standard of American motoring. Reliable, smooth, luxurious, and grand. These cars today still look quite incredible. And with this cream and black two-tone with dark green added with the interior and the wheels, this car is a show winner anywhere you'll go. The hood ornaments, the Art Deco, the rumble seat in the back. These cars is what car culture in collecting all started with back in the 70s and 80s. These were the cars, and today are still so important because you could go out and drive these, enjoy these, and people will notice you anywhere you go. 1969 Dodge Coronet, known as the Hell Wagon. This car is the biggest sleeper at Mecum by a mile, because from the outside, it looks like a nice 69 Coronet wagon with wood paneling, but under the hood is a 707 horsepower supercharged Hellcat Hemi. This thing will do monster burnouts and will scare anybody out of their pants if you take them for a ride, because nobody will expect that. Sleeper, sheep's clothing, absolutely love this wagon. That is what classic motoring's about. If you're a Mopar fan, Mecum Indy is where to be. Everything from modern, sleek, sexy V10 Vipers with no power assist, all the way to the 1970s with an original B5 blue Roadrunner. Very cool to see the variety of Mopar activity. There's Hellcats for days here. There are Cudas, Challengers, whatever it may be. The Mopar contingent is very strong at Mecum this year. The new Ferrari 296 GTB has made its way here, and this one is a really special spec. This is an Assetto Fiorano stripe package, carbon wheels, and this is a V6 twin turbo hybrid, over 800 horsepower from a V6. These cars are so quick, so awesome. This is what modern driving performance is all about. The new building here at the State Fairgrounds is awesome, smells new, looks great. And that's why all these amazing feature cars are here. We've got 440 Cudas, AAR, Charger Daytona, McLarens, supercharged Studebakers, a little bit of everything, and even V12 Ferraris. Special stuff. The modern JDM stuff has made its way to Mecum Indy. The Nissan GTR R35, the T-Spec in particular. There are 2 of these here. There are 50 of them made worldwide. The beautiful Millennium Jade paint, one of the most iconic colors from Nissan's lineup, particularly the R34 back in the late 90s and early 2000s. The gold Nismo wheels, the twin turbo V6 that makes over 600 horsepower. These cars are a tech monster. They look great, and this color on this one is absolutely perfect. 1965 Ferrari 275 GTB, the 3.3 liter Colombo V12 is one of the silkiest, best sounding, prettiest motors ever to come out of Italy. I've been fortunate enough to drive the sister car to this in silver the same year. It is a pure and beautiful experience. The gated 5-speed, and all you have is that beautiful exhaust coming out the back, and listen to that 12-cylinder burble. This is the street-going car that came right after the 250 GTO that dominated the sports car world. And with its glorious Italian design in red with the wire wheels, this is one of the feature cars here, and one of the cars that will steal my heart on any day of the week. The final send-off to the Lamborghini Aventador, the flagship of Lambo the last decade, is 6.5 liter V12 with nearly 770 horsepower. 250 of these cars ever will be made. And with the green, with the gold, it looks incredible, as this is a beautiful modern throwback to the early 70s Mira and Mira SVs that took over the supercar world and changed the game, putting a big old fat V12 right behind the driver's head. Even the 100-plus-year-old legendary cars made its way to Mecum Indy, including the pride of Indianapolis, the Stutz Bearcat, the car that put Indiana automotive manufacturing on the map. It was the sports car runabout, daily driven sports car of the 19-teens. This car is already sold for $500,000, as these are the early pinnacle of what automobiles should be. And then you move down to the Packards and the Duesenbergs and the best of the best to come out in the pre-war era. One of my favorites, the straight 8 doozy. Cars you see in Auburn all the time, and it's made its way down to Indy. Even we've got V16 Cadillacs. The entire array of the pre-war cars are here, and a lot of them have already sold, so good on that. The Shelby Cobras, special in every way. And this one in particular, the Dragon Snake 289 car, the drag racing focused small block Cobra. They all started out as small blocks, and then later into 1965 is when they threw in the big old 427s. This one with great racing history. And then they turned into this, the 427 Cobra, the monster, the wide hip, Guardsman Blue. This is what Cobra life is all about. That is why we love our backdrafts. And this is what the replicas are made of. Original, Pier, and Shelby. Cars like this is what makes Mecum so special. Mecum Indy has been great so far. We got so much to look at. We have looked at so much. 3,000 plus cars. Incredible. Month of May in Indy is always special. Give us a like, follow, and subscribe if you guys like the content that we put out. We got more of this coming, especially in Auburn, Indy Cars and Coffee, and at Motor Vault. We will see you guys soon.